It was awesome back in the day with all-in-one messaging, right? One app that pretty much did your carrier phone calls, your carrier SMS messaging. You could even tie Google Voice into it and do Google Voice messaging. And you had the ability to do regular Google Chat from Google account to account, as well as video calling. I miss those days. I really do. But before I get into today's video, if you guys could do me a solid, smash the like button, I would truly appreciate that, as well as turning on bell notifications so that way you guys don't miss a video upload or when I go live. I am referring to Hangouts, and Hangouts could have been huge. You know, if Google would actually focus deeply into it, maybe making it more easier for those people who just didn't want to figure out Hangouts like as if they were trying to rebuild an engine in a car. Because to some people, they were able to pick up on how this worked, right? You made phone calls from the dialer on Hangouts. You made phone calls with your carrier number. As a matter of fact, you could default set your carrier number or Google Voice number as, you know, your default calling number. But then, you know, when it came to the messaging threads, that's where things got confusing for a lot of people. Whereas carrier SMS, to know if you were in a carrier SMS thread on Hangouts, you would see your contacts icon with a darkish gray color bubble that had SMS inside the bubble, you know, the logo. If it was Google Voice, it would be a blue bubble with a SMS inside that blue bubble for a logo. And if it was Google Chat, there would be nothing on the person's icon. Yes, I was able to pick that up, and there were a lot of people who did pick that up. Doesn't mean that the people who didn't pick it up, like, you know, there was something wrong with them. No, just some people just want things to work. They don't want to sit there and, like I said, try to like figure this out like they're trying to figure out how to rebuild an engine. So, and I get that. And Hangouts disappeared and was split away. And, you know, now we have Google Meets and we have Google Chat. Those are the remnants of Hangouts. Google Voice, which, you know, to me could be a lot more than what it is, still fails to have RCS messaging. And I just, for the love of me, I don't understand why, especially when Google is the big backer, big pusher of RCS. And it's so crazy because their own competitor, like their main rival competitor, Apple, was even pushed to support RCS messaging. So, you know, in a very funny way, Apple and iPhones support RCS messaging. So why is it still late to the game for Google Voice? Now, there are a ton of reasons that people have been saying why as to it's not. Some people want to point out for the fact that Google Voice is intentionally meant to be like a secondary burner line for business. And so it's more focused on voice communications than actual text communications, even though it has the ability to text from it. I mean, if you download the Google Voice app and get you a secondary number, you can text from it. You can use it for, you know, 2FAs and things like that. That way you don't have to like change up where your 2FAs go to if you switch carriers and get a brand new number. Google Voice number stays the same as long as the account is active. And so you can set that up for 2FAs. There are a lot of things you could do with Google Voice. One of the things I enjoy to do about it is because, you know, honestly, 4 different phone numbers for people to remember. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So if I gave everybody a Google Voice number that I have, all 4 of these phones will ring if people call it. And it's a matter of which one I have in my pocket that I can just pull out and answer the call. You could do calling over data, like calls and texting over data rather than through carrier. So that's a nice touch. But, you know, with RCS, it being a bit more secure and of course allowing, you know, higher resolution photos and videos sent, it just makes more sense to have RCS supported in Google Voice. And I still don't know why Google won't do this. Now, if Google has no plans to ever do this, then the other side of the table, because most people message today, if I am to rely on Google Messages for RCS, then what I would want updated for Google Messages is the ability to be able to access them and send from them on different devices connected to my Google account. So like, you know, we have the ability on my Pixelbook Go. I could connect my my phone number to my Pixelbook Go and respond to RCS messaging in the Google Messages app on my laptop. So if, like, you know, I don't want to pull out my phone from my pocket and I'm, you know, maybe editing a video or maybe just doing like some searching for, you know, research, people text me, it pops up. I can open it, respond, attach a photo, attach, you know, an emoji, send it away. I would need that same level of connection on just any device, that has a data connection, because RCS uses data, so why not allow it? I mean, that to me would be like a merger of Google Chat and Google Messages, which means that it would get rid of one more messaging app that Google has to stop the confusion. Just merge Google Chat and Google Messages together and allow RCS messaging to where I can access it on a device that has a data-only SIM, a device that has a data-only SIM, my actual daily driver device, and another device that has a data-only SIM. Like if I want to carry any of these phones, like I do, I don't have to actually take my main phone with me that has my main SIM. I can take any one of these 4 phones with me, because mostly everyone in my household calls me on Google Meets and messages me on Google Chat. But it would be very nice to have Google Chat and Google Messages just kind of combined together, allowing for it, and not where, you know, it's either carrier SMS or Google Chat. Like, no, put them all together, RCS messaging. The same way, like, you know, from what I noticed with iPhones, iMessage has. Like, if you put a data-only SIM card in an iPhone, people couldn't, you know, send you an iMessage chat with the number for the data-only SIM, because it's not an actual number for SMS and phone calls. What they can do is your iCloud account, email address that you use for your iCloud. If it's stored in their contacts, they're able to send you an iMessage chat. They're able to FaceTime you. And I think that that same level should be brought in with Android devices. I believe that when you're signed into your Google account, you know, then RCS messaging should work on the messaging app, which, you know, obviously would be very beneficial and helpful for people who have multiple devices and need to use multiple devices. Allows them to get messages on whatever device that they're currently using in hand. They don't have to like keep switching between devices, pulling them out of the pocket and trying to, you know, keep everything. It just organizes much better is what I'm saying. So if Google Voice is not to ever get RCS, which I think it should, then I think get rid of Google Chat, merge the whole chat experience fully integrated into Google Messages, allowing RCS to be cross-device capable without having to have all the same number. I mean, yes, to register for RCS, you do need a mobile phone number. And so, I mean, once you have your phone registered for RCS, I think any Google Message app that's logged into the same Google account that your RCS message account is logged into, I think you should be able to access those messages, not only access them, but also reply to them as an RCS reply. But that's just my thoughts. What do you guys think? Drop your comments, concerns, even emotional outbursts in the comment section of the video. Smash the like button again. That really helps out the channel. I'll talk to you on the next one. And as always, aloha.